Good day, everyone. This is Ms. Judith Gonzalez again, and tonight we're speaking about immigration fraud. Immigration fraud, remember, a lot of people are thinking it could not happen to them, but in reality, students, international students, workers, even those who are coming to visit, they're getting a target for this immigration fraud. So let's break it down.
So what is immigration fraud? Basically, it's someone who tries to scam you, lie to you, or trick you with regards to your immigration status or your immigration application. This could be a person trying to call you, talking to you about your immigration status, trying to scare you. It could be a fake email, and sometimes even fake employers who gave false job offers or try to charge you absurd amounts just for you to be able to work in Canada. The sad part is actually they're targeting a lot of the newcomers because they're the ones who are the most desperate to stay and the most excited to start their life here in Canada. So there's a lot of different examples going on right now, but let's tell you guys about one of the most common ones happening.
So let's break it down together. So the first very common fraud currently happening is the phone calls. Okay, so have you heard it or have you received one of those kind of call? Well, a lot of people, a lot of my friends, a lot of international students or workers, caregivers who's been here in Canada would receive a call and it looks real like it's coming from the immigration because the number normally they would do it like an immigration number, so be very, very careful. And actually what you have, what would they ask you is, hey, we're calling you because, and this is from an immigration officer, and I'm calling you because your status is
At risk.
At risk. Yeah, your status is at risk, or you will be deported, or you will receive a letter from immigration, so you have to act immediately, right? So those are the kind of calls that you'll get. But in truth, the reality is that Immigration Canada will never call you.
No.
Okay? They, in my advocacy for how many years? Almost 25 years now. We would never get a call from immigration, okay? They will send us letter, mail letters, right? Normally mail letters, and will tell us that, hey, there's a problem, or your application is incomplete, we need more documents, or they would not tell you you're in deportation. I don't think so.
Not
Did you?
over the phone.
Okay, not over the phone. In the letter, they will tell, or they will just
They
say,
will tell you that you're being issued a
yes.
deportation order.
Order, yes.
But that is an official letter that
Yes.
that will not come over the phone. And more importantly, you can't pay to stop your deportation.
Exactly. No paying, no. Because I know one of the person that I advocated before, she was actually very, very anxious because the immigration, he said he's from CBS, a police immigration officer, and then that she has to act very quickly. It's an urgent that she has to pay money for the fees. That she's missing a fee in her immigration. This is a real experience, by the way. This is a real experience, I'm telling you. This happens probably 8 years ago. So be very careful with that.
The second most common scam actually happening right now are people receiving emails from IRCC that look very, very legitimate. They will even use the exact same format of an IRCC email, use the exact same logo, same font, everything looks near perfect, and will tell you that your visa is approved in that email, but you need to pay an additional processing fee in order to receive your official approval. Now, if you've ever applied for any kind of application, that you know that there is a official approval process that comes from your GC Key account. They don't notify you of your approval directly on your email because you have to log into that secure platform. And most importantly, they don't ask for any additional payments, especially over email. Usually they'll try to direct you to a PayPal account or click a link to pay by credit card. None of those things are valid, and unfortunately still a lot of people are falling for them. So it's important to remember that when you have to pay something to IRCC, you have to go through their specific secured payment portal.
So here's the third fraud that is very common happening here in Canada again. That is the job offer or the offer of employment. If you are here in Canada and you were interviewed by the boss, it's legit, right? Because it's a boss to boss. But if you are somewhere out there outside of the country and there is an email sent to you saying, hey, we have a very good employer, we can get you to Canada guaranteed, okay? Guaranteed, remember the word guaranteed and fast track. And they will use the word, we have a connections. Those are the red flags, so be alert, okay? Be very careful. Canada process documents using no connections at all. They're blindfolded. Who is this? So whoever that person is, he has no right to intervene to the immigration officer and say, fast track the document. That's a big no-no in Canada. Okay? So again, reminding everyone, with a too good to be true job offer or offer of employment, be very careful.
And I also want to touch on sometimes legitimate job offers where you've actually spoken with the employer. However, they do charge absurd amounts in order to get the LMIA. So we've seen clients being offered up to 40,000, 50,000 Canadian dollars in order to get a job at McDonald's or a cleaning job where they're getting paid minimum wage. And the sad part is a lot of people do take this deal because they're so desperate to stay, which, you know, is understandable, but they're taking out loans. People are selling their houses just to be able to afford this. So while the job could be legitimate, extorting money out of a foreign worker who only wants to improve their life, that unfortunately is a scam.
Exactly. And that's my personal experience, okay? Because we, having been catered to international students, so we have a lot of students. The Professional Career International Enterprises, a lot of students, brought a lot of students here. And then somebody or lawyers company, lawyers consultant came to me and say, Miss Judith, we have a LAMIA, a valid LAMIA. It's a legit LAMIA. If your student wants to stay in Canada, we could give them LAMIA, but they have to pay $40,000. It started actually from 20 to 10, and then it was actually I was offered 3 times for 3 years consecutive. So it goes up and up and up. So that's a fraud.
The other thing too is while the LMIA could be legitimate, they will have an open LMIA, meaning there is no foreign worker listed in the approved LMIA. What they do is they'll actually charge you for that amount, and then when it comes time to applying for your work permit, they purposely make mistakes on your work permit in order for it to get refused. Then they're gonna say, oh, do you want to reapply? Then we have to charge you more. Or you give up, and then they sell that same LMIA to another foreign worker, and they'll keep recycling the same LMIA. So honestly, even if you were to get a legitimate job offer, think about what kind of mentality an employer has who's willing to take advantage of foreign workers. You have to know that they're not going to be a good boss to you. So at the end of the day, it's not worth it.
Exactly. So again, I think we're gonna dig this deeper in the LAMIA and job offer later. Maybe next year we're gonna be very focused on LAMIA and job offer. This will be one good session for just job offer and LAMIA, and maybe on our live streaming you could share us your experience. So a lot of people would be about to empower, so we can help people get empowered by doing this live streaming later. What's that for us later? Thank you for watching, and stay tuned as we continue on with our topic, the red flags and the consequences if you allow the scammers to handle your application. We will also include the topic, how to protect yourselves the right way. So stay tuned, and bye for now.